Jason Voorhees versus Michael Myers Part 2. In my last video, I did the showdown between the remake Jason from Friday the 13th, 2009 versus the Rob Zombie's Halloween remake from 2007. Check that video to see who won that showdown. I'm doing a 4 or 5 part video series pitting similar versions, similar eras of Michael Myers against similar versions, similar eras of Jason Voorhees. A lot of hardcore fans want to pit the best version against the weakest version of the other and vice versa. And say, oh, Jason beats Michael or Michael beats Jason. In this matchup, I'm pitting Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th Part 3 and 4, vintage olive green shirt, hockey mask, and machete versus Michael Myers from the original 78 Halloween and Halloween 2, vintage blue coveralls, white William Shatner mask, and kitchen knife. These are the traditional versions I think of when I talk about Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers. This is the showdown of the OGs.
Welcome to Killer Content.
According to information I researched, Michael Myers' height and weight in the original Halloween 1 and 2 is around 5'10", average weight 165 pounds. Jason Voorhees' average height and weight from Friday the 13th 3 and 4 is around 6'4" and around 200 pounds. This fight would also have to take place in a caged-in MMA style arena to keep it fair for both of these iconic slashers. By keeping the fight in a neutral and closed area, we will truly get a one-on-one fight and see who would win in this showdown between these two legendary slashers. This showdown will be determined by strength, power, speed, intimidation, endurance, who will stop easier, and experience. Now let's get into this showdown. Strength definitely goes to Jason Voorhees. Voorhees is able to crush human skulls with his bare hands, which would take 520 pounds of compressive force. That's twice what human hands can even exert. It's impossible for even the strongest man to crush a skull with compressive force. Jason and Michael are both strong enough to lift their victims in the air with one arm, but even when lifting their victims off the ground, I feel Jason did it with more ease. Both are stronger than normal people, but in this matchup, Jason is the stronger opponent. Lifting someone in the air with one arm does take strength, but it doesn't compare to crushing a skull, which is humanly impossible. Jason was able to do this twice. Jason edges this category. Power certainly goes to Michael Myers. Victims love to run and hide behind locked doors, but that doesn't stop Michael or Jason from letting themselves in uninvited. The difference is Michael is able to punch through and even just walk through doors that separate him and his victims, whereas Jason has to chop through doors repeatedly to reach his victims. From what I've seen, doors are more of an obstacle to Jason. Michael has the power to eradicate a door with absolute ease. This undoubtedly goes to Michael Myers. He walked through a solid hospital door like it was cardboard. Speed absolutely goes to Jason Voorhees. Michael Myers is as slow as molasses. Jason runs circles around Michael, literally. Jason actually does run in this era. A lot of people didn't like the 2009 Friday the 13th remake because they said Jason ran, when in fact he has ran multiple times in the OG era. Michael Myers, on the other hand, never actually runs in the OG era. Jason is just all around faster than Michael, even in confrontation and combat. If this was a race to a victim, Michael Myers wouldn't have any more kills because Jason Voorhees would have already killed them and would be sitting around waiting on Michael's slow ass to finally arrive. Intimidation I give to Michael Myers. From being a freak in the sheets intimidating Laurie Strode outside of her window to playing with bushes, he, in my opinion, is more intimidating than Jason Voorhees. He uses a slow walk stalk tactic. He has mastered intimidation with his blank, emotionless stare. He has an intimidating aura when he is around. He is smaller than Jason Voorhees, but easily puts off a "you can't stop me" approach as he watches you, slow walks until he catches you, and then kills you. I feel like you can't escape Michael Myers even though he doesn't run. Jason is scary, but I never was intimidated by him like I was Michael Myers in the OG era. Endurance, hands down, goes to Michael Myers. Michael has been shot more times than your favorite rapper. He eats bullets for breakfast, literally. He was shot 6 times in Halloween 1 and almost as many times or more in Halloween 2 by Dr. Loomis. Even after being shot so many times, he still walks around like being shot was a joke. When it comes to endurance, Michael is superhuman and can't be killed. He was also shot twice in the eyes by Laurie Strode, creating the iconic bloody eye Michael Myers mask. No human can take that many shots and still get in a power walk. He also walks out of an explosion. Michael Myers absolutely has more endurance than Jason Voorhees. Jason Voorhees was stopped easier than Michael Myers. It took only a hit in the head with a machete from Tommy Jarvis to stop Jason's murderous rampage. As of these movies, it is known that Jason is actually still human and can be stopped and killed by normal means. As I discussed with endurance, Michael was shot 500 times and brushed it off. Jason would have died if he was shot even once or twice, as he is still human. Even at the end of part 3, he was stopped when Chris put the iconic axe mark into Jason's mask. There is no doubt it's easier to stop Jason Voorhees in this matchup than it is to stop Michael Myers. When it comes to experience, Jason Voorhees wins this category hands down. When doing research, I found that Jason Voorhees is 38 years old in Friday the 13th Part 4, and Michael Myers from the OG era Halloweens was only 21 years old. Jason, as of these movies, has been killing way longer than the newly escaped Myers. As of these movies, Jason's kill count is 34 and Michael's kill count is 14. Jason has had way longer and more experience on how to end his human victims. Michael was locked away 15 years while Jason was free hunting and getting revenge on the campers at Camp Crystal Lake. That's why Jason wins this category easily.
And the winner is...
Michael Myers wins this showdown. Jason is bigger and stronger and can beat up on Michael Myers, but I feel like no matter what Jason throws at Michael, he would be dazed for a short period, but would be able to endure it. Michael Myers walks off gunshots. His endurance is through the roof. It's like he's not even human. Jason is human as of part 4 and can be stopped by normal means. I don't think Jason is able to kill Michael even with this size advantage. Michael is more intelligent than Jason and would end up outsmarting him and close the size gap in other ways. I think they both can lift each other up and inflict damage on each other, but Michael feels like a slow, unstoppable force. I think Michael would keep coming and coming after Jason and would in the end be the victor by inflicting fatal damage to Jason Voorhees. They both shed blood in this showdown, but I think Jason would be left confused by Michael's relentless ability to keep getting up. Jason lets his guard down, and that's when Michael serves the fatal blow, killing Jason Voorhees. And that's who wins in this matchup between this Jason Voorhees and this Michael Myers.